Hi everyone, this is the tutorial for Fast Asleep. My name's Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. So we're in standard tuning for this song, and we're counting in 4 beats in the bar. The reason I mention that is that it changes later on. However, let's talk through the chords for the first part of the song, then we'll talk about strumming, structure, and everything else afterwards. The first chord we need, G major, which is 3 on the E string, 2 on the A string, 0, 0, 0, and a 3 on the high E. The second chord we need, D major, which is an open D string, 2 on the G, 3 on the B, 2 on the high E string. We then have probably the trickiest chord of the lot, B minor, which is a bar chord starting on fret 2 on the A string, 4, 4, 3 that's on the B, and then the 2 that's picking up from the barred finger. And the last chord we need for the first part of the song, A major, which is an open A string, 2, 2, 2 on the D, G, B, and an open E string. So the introduction, we have these first few chords. And what I'm doing is going down, down, up for the first few chords. And then I jump quite early to that A chord. You'll notice I'm using a flat finger. However, I showed you that earlier. Whichever way works for you is the best. Usually when I'm playing A chords really fast, I have to get there quick. I just go to that fingering there. Then the next time round for the introduction is similar, but we have G, D, and then we stay on A major. What you can do, and what they briefly do for a split second, is take the A chord and move that finger up to fret 3 to make what you call an A sus4 chord. So just to demonstrate that, we have... See, I quickly moved from A to A sus4 and then back to A. They say to do that just very, very quickly in the introduction. So after that, there is a first verse where we take the exact same chords and play them twice round while the vocalist is doing his thing. We then get a second verse and basically just do it a third time, but then there's a fourth time round where there's a difference. So let's talk about that fourth time round. We have a G, D. We then have this chord here, which is what we call an F sharp dominant 7th chord, which is a bar chord starting on your E string, 4 on the A string, the 2 on the D string, which is that finger taken over. We have 3 on the G, and then 2, 2 on the B and E. And then it just follows the same chords. So I'm just going to play around that last time round the second verse, just so you can hear the difference and when that F sharp comes in. Here it is. And then everything else, just the same. Now, this is where things get interesting. And by interesting, I mean a bit more challenging. I think it's my favourite part of the song. But what happens is, they go from counting in groups of 4, like we have, to counting in groups of 3s and 6s. And what we have are these chords, B minor, A and G, followed by B minor, D and G. In terms of playing that, what we're going to do is have a strike each of B minor and A. And when you get to the G, start counting in groups of 6s, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We then do the same thing for the B minor and D. And I start counting those 6s on the G chord. We then go to a D major chord and let that ring out. Now it's worth mentioning there's lots of different parts going on here, including time signature changes. So if you're interested in getting the chord chart where everything's wrote out professionally so you can follow along, as well as the chords and the lyrics matched up, head on over to Patreon. There is a link in the description for that, and for a couple of dollars you get everything wrote out professionally. So yeah, check that out. However, let's move on with the next part of the song. There is then a post-chorus where we're back to 4-4, where we're just counting groups of 4, just like the start of the song. In fact, the post-chorus, looking over to my notes, is the same as that introduction. And again, just looking at the notes, we have a third verse and a fourth verse, which is exactly the same as what you've just been doing at the start of the song, including that fourth time round where you have the F sharp dominant 7th chord. So basically you're just repeating yourself. The repetition happens again, this time with the chorus, that part where we count in groups of 6. We're doing all of that a second time, exactly the same as the first chorus. We then get to the guitar solo section. Now I'm going to focus purely on the chords, however if you are interested in the actual solo, leave a comment below and I'll consider making a video for it. However, the chords for that section are very similar to the actual verse. In fact, it is just the verse, but with a difference. We'll play the G, to the D, to the B minor and the A, then the G, D and A. Normally, you would do that twice. In the guitar solo section, play that 3 times, and then on the 4th time round, that's where you add in that sneaky F sharp dominant 7th chord, and that'll end the guitar solo. We are then near the end of the song. What we do is we play that chorus section to end the song. Do all of that once round, end with a D major chord, and then you've got yourself to the end. So if you're interested in getting all the chord charts and the chords and the lyrics matching up, then head on over to Patreon. Like I mentioned earlier, a couple of dollars will get you not only access to this song, but over 230 songs that I've made over the past couple of years for the latest releases, including the likes of Taylor Swift's latest album and Billie Eilish's latest album. So, thanks to you for watching. Thanks to the people on the screen. Those are my active patrons. They'll get the content that I mentioned straight away the moment this video goes live. So thanks to them, and I'll see you in the next video.